The King James Bible, New Testament, Matthew chapter 8 Stats and Facts Review and Study. Chapter, verse, and word counts. Matthew chapter 8 verse 28 has the most words at 33 words. You can see the Matthew chapter 8 verse total count at 34 verses. The average word all of Matthew chapter 8 verses at 22 words per verse. As well as the average verse word counts for both the complete Old Testament, New Testament, and both combined to get a comparison of Matthew chapter 8 word per verse count comparisons. Top 25 most used word counts found in Matthew chapter 8. You can see the most frequent words in Matthew chapter 8 and the word count for each ordered by word count. As well, you can compare that to the total times those words are used in the whole of each Old Testament, New Testament, and both Old and New Testament combined. Top 50 least used words found in chapter 8. You can see the least frequent words in Matthew chapter 8 and the word count for each. As well, you can compare that to the total times those words are used in the whole of each Old Testament, New Testament, and both Old and New Testaments. You can see highlighted in yellow word Gergesenes that's only found in one time in all of the Bible, so that's a pretty rare word found in Matthew chapter 8. Counts of names, places, and topics. You can see different topics, names, and places, as well as their word counts in Matthew chapter 8. You can see the word Jesus 2 times in the rows as it is both a name and a member of the Godhead. You can see 3 locations, Israel, heaven, and Capernaum, listed at the bottom in orange as places, lands, and landmarks. You can one row in yellow that has a word Gergesenes that is only used one time in the Bible. You can see the total counts for those places in the New Testament, Old Testament, and both combined out to the right. Verse counts and the words incurring the related references pointing out of Matthew chapter 8 chapters and verses. You can see in yellow the total outbound references pointing out Matthew chapter 8 at 15 references, as well as the counts per each verse in Matthew chapter 8 and the average outbound reference per verse at 0.4 per verse. As well, there are the per verse rates for the Old Testament, New Testament, and both to the right for comparison. In red, you can see the out references by destination of either Old Testament or New Testament ordered by counts. In blue, you can see 10 out references to the destination Bible books Matthew through James ordered by counts. In green, you can see 10 words that incur the related out reference to the different Bible verses usage counts. Verse counts and the words incurring the related references pointing into Matthew chapter 8 verses. You can see in yellow the total inbound related references pointing into Matthew chapter 8 at 17 references, as well as the counts per each verse in Matthew chapter 8 and the average outbound reference per verse at 0.5 per verse. As well, you can see the per verse rates for the average Old Testament, New Testament, and both to the right for comparison. In red, you can see the inbound references by origin source of either Old Testament or New Testament ordered by counts. In blue, you can see the 10 inbound references into Matthew chapter 8 verse references by origin Bible books Matthew through Isaiah ordered by counts. In green, you can see the 17 words that incur the related inbound reference into Matthew chapter 8 ordered by the count used.